When you're thinking about and looking for ways to generate revenue in your custom apparel decorating business, you want to think of companies or businesses that have a need for that already have a need for something and that you can provide that something, right? So think about it like this. What do this particular set of people already get that I can provide for them, right? So one of the things that I think we don't talk about, we always talk about t-shirts, how to sell t-shirts, how to sell t-shirts online and stuff like that. But let's think more practical. Let's revert back to the basics, and because fundamentally when you revert back to the basics, you can't really go wrong with basics. And one of the areas that you can generate a lot of money from that I've found success in is sports teams, sportswear. And specifically, when you think about sports, right, you want to try to like break it down even more. Okay, what sport? So you want to aim for a sport that is less popular but still has regular participation. So track and field is a sport that I've found a lot of success in, because track and field is one of the most underrated sports, I believe, in the world, right? And these track teams, right, they have a need for uniforms, right? And the track uniforms, when they run track, they wear singlets, right? And you can buy singlets that are what? 100% polyester and that are easy for us to sublimate onto. So recently, I got a job from my old track coach to recreate a design that they already had to put on singlets, and I made a bunch of money from it. And I'm going to finish up that job with you guys. I'm going to show you guys, give you guys an example of what you can get and how you can do it with your Sawgrass SG500 or SG1000. Look for a track team. Ask if if you could spruce up their logo, if you can rejuvenate their logo. Ask, or better yet, just bring them something that they already had, or if they already have uniforms, bring them some t-shirts with their logo on it. Bring them some hoodies with their logo on it. DTF it, whatever you want to do. Embroider on it, whatever you want to do. But give them something that's going to, give them something that they don't have that they probably want. Or give them something that they don't have that they didn't think that they needed, right? Because they want to look professional, they want to look good. So give them something. Now, let's go into Creator Studio, and I'm going to show you exactly what settings I use to get the optimal results. But before we go into the actual software, let me tell you the type of file that works best for me. When I export my files from my graphic design software, I like to export .tif files, .tif files. TIFF files to me print out the most crisp in my SG500 or my Sawgrass SG1000. TIF files, for whatever reason, print out the most crisp for me. Not PNG, TIFF files. Thank me later. Let's jump into Creator Studio. Here we are in Creator Studio. We went on gocreatorstudio.sawgrass.inc. All right, that's where we at right now. You can go to, actually the site is what? Sawgrass Creator Studio, creatorstudio.com. All right, so in Creator Studio, you can go to your galleries, and this is where you want to go to upload stuff, right? You can go to My Images, and you can see all the images that I've uploaded over the years, and I've deleted some of them, a lot of them. So this is not my design right here. So to give you an idea of how you do this, you'd go right to My Images right here, and you'd go to Add Image, Add Images. Okay, so you click on Add Images, click on this upload right here, and then you can navigate on your computer to the specific file that you want to upload. All right, so in my case, it was this right here. I told you .tif, and it was also this right here, .tif, my favorite file formats for printing out on the Sawgrass SG1000 or 500. All right, so I've already imported those images, as you guys can see there right here. So after you have your images imported, you simply want to go to the upper left-hand corner and press Start Creating. All right, Start Creating. Now you can go to Design Canvases and pick out the canvas that you want, but in my case, I already saved the canvas that I wanted. So to do that, you would click on the canvas and you would put a heart right here. You would put that right there in a heart, and you can save up to 5. As you guys can see, when I tried to add it right there, it says please upgrade to premium to add more than 5 favorites. So I already have 5 blank canvases in my favorites already. So I'm going to go to my favorites. So I go to blank products and I click on favorites, and then here are my favorites right here. Of course, I have my 13 by 19 landscape and 13 by 19 portraits, and I'm using my bypass tray on my Sawgrass SG1000 with a 13 by 19 sheets in it, so I already have that in. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 13 by 19 portrait. Now I'm going to import one of those images. I'm going to place, I already imported it, I'm going to place one of those images onto my canvas right here. So I'm going to hit galleries, I'm going to hit my images, and here is the rocket right here. Click one time and it appears right here on our workspace. See how crisp that looks? Very, very good. All right, so now I'm going to shrink this rocket down, and what I always do on the right hand side is from millimeters I click on inches because I like to work in inches better. It just works better for me. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead. You can either scale it like this or you can scale it like this. All right, I feel like when I scale it like this, I have more control over the numbers because I'm trying to get it down to 12. All right, 12.1. All right, try to get down to 12 point. I got it down to 12. Interesting. Before I had on 12.1, now it's going exactly on 12. Sometimes you can't get it quite to where you want to get it to, and then other times you can get exactly to that 12. Now I'm trying to get 12.1 again. I can't get 12.1. All right, so here we go. Got my design right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press print. Before you press print, you want to make sure you've launched Print Manager. Anytime you're going to use your Sawgrass SG500 or SG1000, make sure you've already connected to Wi-Fi, your network that's in the area that you're working with. I have a video that shows you how to do that. If you want to see that video, click this card right here above. And after you've connected it to your Wi-Fi in the room that your computer is connected to, you can go ahead and send it to cut wirelessly. All right. A lot of people have problems with sending their design to their Sawgrass wirelessly. So don't worry about it. I got you. Watch this video and follow these steps in this video. All right. So make sure Print Manager has already been launched in the background. All right. So Print Manager is launched in the background. I'm going to go ahead and hit print. And it's going to bring up this menu right here. Now this is the menu when you want to select your Sawgrass. Some of you guys, Sawgrass printer menu looks like mine. Some of you guys don't. But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the Sawgrass SG1000 that's online and says Wi-Fi next to it. And it's ready. All right. So it's right here. I see Sawgrass SG1000 Wi-Fi ready. All right. SG1000 Wi-Fi ready. All right. So once again, I'm looking for the SG1000 because I know I'm sending it to SG1000 that has Wi-Fi, SG1000 Wi-Fi, and it's on and ready. All right, so those are the key things that you're looking for. Notice that all the other ones, the SG500 is ready, but there's no Wi-Fi next to there, right? All right, everything else, offline, SG500 Wi-Fi ready, but that's not what I want to send it to. I want to send it to SG1000. Okay, so you look for the SG1000 Wi-Fi ready. All right, so I'm going to click on that. I'm sending it to the bypass tray. I'm using the A3 paper. I'm going to transfer this to polyester. Text print R paper, high quality, and it's not a photograph, so I'm going to hit vivid. All right, and I'm going to press print. And after I press print, I should get a message on my computer right here that's going to pop up that said it successfully sent it. And after that, there it is. See, print has been successfully queued. Press OK, and then what I do is I click on Print Manager to bring Print Manager to the front so that when it pops up, it's the frontmost opened app. There it is right there. So it's popped up. I'm just going to give it a second to load up my design. There's my design right here. Now I'm going to go under Layout, and I'm going to put spacing to 0.5, all right? See what I just did right there? Spacing to 0.5. I'm going to show you guys why I did that. And under Jobs, I'm going to go ahead and hit Copies. I'm going to hit 2. All right, so 2 copies. Now see what happened? It's spaced out 0.05 inches apart. So if I would have left that on 0, it would have been like this, butted up against each other. But I don't want that. I want a space between two of them, into the two. All right, see? So now I added a space right there. All right, so now all I gotta do is press print and wait a little while, and my SG500 is going, my SG1000 is going to start printing my design out. Just wait a little while. It takes a little while. It's not like instant like a household printer. Some household printers are instant, but the SG1000 takes like, I don't know, maybe about a minute to start printing. So I'm gonna let you guys know in real time when the light turns on. The light just turned on, and there you go. It's starting to flash. It's gonna do its thing where it receives the information, processes the information, then it starts printing. All right, the paper just went into it, and now the SG1000 is printing in real time. You guys saw exactly how long it took. So when I first started working with my SG500 and SG1000, I used to think that it took a really, really long time to print, but it didn't. What I was doing was, you guys saw in the menu when I selected the SG Wi-Fi that was ready. I think I was selecting the wrong one, and then when it never printed, I was getting confused thinking it's taking a long time, but it really wasn't taking a long time. I had actually just selected the wrong one, and then I would go back and I'd select the correct one, and then I think, okay, well, it just got hung up and it took too long. But really, in all actuality, now that I know exactly what to look for in the menu, it doesn't take that long to print at all. So I'm just trying to correct the misconception or the mistakes that I made before when I made videos when I was first getting started. It's really important to do that, guys, especially if you're an influencer, especially if you're making videos talking about something. You might have a certain opinion when you first start, when you learn, and then when you get more experience and you learn how things work. It's really, really important that you guys clarify things for other people so that they can understand. You know, we're all learning, and every day, no matter how experienced you are, is a learning process. When you stop learning, you stop growing. So as I learn, I correct the things that I said before, and I'll let you guys know exactly what those things are. Okay? So now that our rocket is printed out, we can go over here and we can take it out and cut it and get it ready for sublimation. Before I go ahead and sublimate our rocket onto our white polyester tank top, track and field tank top, I'm going to print out one more image that goes on the front. All right, the rocket goes on the back, the other image goes on the front. I'm going to print that out real fast, and then we can go ahead and get to sublimating and see how this thing looks. Now that I've went ahead and cut out all the elements that I need to sublimate onto my garments, I'm going to go ahead and trim them down so that I have them ready to go so I can start my workflow. I normally trim the designs as well as trim my butcher paper to size, okay? Now, let me ask you guys something. When was the last time you saw me sublimate onto something? You haven't saw me sublimate onto something for a while, and I haven't made a sublimation video in a while. Not because I don't sublimate on a regular basis, right? But because I just chose not to make sublimation videos, and primarily I do a lot of embroidery, right? So I say that to say, just because you don't see somebody doing something does not mean they don't do it anymore. Because I told you guys time and time again, it's important, if you are an apparel decorator, if you provide services to people, it's important that you give yourself every opportunity to tell your clients yes. Because every time you give yourself an opportunity to tell the client yes, it gives you the opportunity to make money, and it gives that, therefore, helps your business, leaves your business the opportunity to make money and become successful, right? So make sure when you're upgrading or you're getting new equipment, you're adding on to what you have, so that unless you don't necessarily want to do that thing anymore, or maybe you don't have the space anymore and you don't have the means to get a commercial space specifically for your business, which I would highly advise you guys to grow into your business. And as you grow into your business, get yourself a space if the business can afford it. If you have the necessary resources to do that and the business is paying for it, then by all means, grow your business. Because if you do not grow your business, it's very, very difficult to obtain the level of success that you're trying to accomplish, right? So like you hear people say, you know, you need a team to do certain things, because you can achieve success, right? You can reach a certain goal, but unless you start to delegate tasks to other people, it's going to be really, really hard for you to scale as big as you want to, as fast as you want to, because you're only one person. You can only do but so much. All right, so now that I cut this, let's go ahead and submit it on. All right, now for our favorite part is to press our design onto our substrate. Okay, I'm going to turn my heat press on right there on the side, and I'm going to set my heat press to, in this case, 385. Let me let it up. I got to let this one up. 385 degrees for 45 seconds, okay? We are pressing onto a white garment, and I'm really, really concerned about getting scorch marks. I don't want to get those scorch marks, so that's why I'm going to press it at 385 degrees for 45 seconds. Some people, it all varies when you're doing sublimation, okay? And let me show you guys the garment that we are pressing onto. This is our track and field top right here. As you guys see, 100% polyester, white. You can put a bunch of stuff, garment decorate on here, and get really, really intricate, really, really fancy with your design and upcharge the crap out of them. Not like that. You want to charge your customer something very, very fair so they keep on coming back. But sublimation is a little consuming, and depending on how intricate the design is, depending on the layout, you can make a lot of money doing it, okay? So I am using my Heat Press Nation Signature Series 15x15 press with the Shore Press feature right here. Love this. It has a very, very smooth opening feature. Use my Heat Press Nation affiliate link down description below if you would like one of these, guys, okay? So let my heat press heat up, and we will be right back. But while my heat press is heating up, I am going to cut some pieces of butcher paper, so let's do that right now. With sublimation, you want to put a piece of butcher paper on the inside of your garment as well as over top of your garment. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Some people are going to say you don't have to put the butcher paper on the inside, but the way sublimation works is the ink turns into gas, and that gas travels, and whatever it touches, it will sublimate onto, so that butcher paper is to absorb some of that ink, all right? So what I like to do is I'll get my design right here that I'm going to put on the front, and I'll get a piece of butcher paper like this, and I'll cut a piece of butcher paper the size of my design, maybe a little bit bigger, okay? So right here we see the size of the design right there. A little bit bigger is about right here. All right, so right there, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that piece of butcher paper just a little bit bigger. All right, and I'm also going to cut a butcher paper for the top, but the top I'm really concerned about getting scorch marks, so I'm probably going to use a big, large size of butcher paper to cover the whole top part of the design, okay? All right, so while our heat press is heating up, we can go ahead and put our butcher paper on the inside of our jersey right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and slide my butcher paper into place. It's got to go sideways, guys, so I'm just putting it inside. And this is the tedious part about sublimation, because with every part that you sublimate, you have to put some butcher paper in there, right? And you have to remove the butcher paper, and you can only use the butcher paper once. You can't use it again, or else you'll sublimate, you'll ruin your garment. So there you go, put that into place. Got that in place right there. It's kind of high, gonna slide it down a little bit. All right, get that right into place underneath where your design is going to fall. So I know my design is going to fall about right here. And I'm preparing right now for when the heat press is heated up. I'll be ready to rock and roll, ready to go. All right, so that's in place. Make sure your garment is flat like this. And now when it's flat, we're going to go ahead and flat and even and straight. All right. Then when it's flat and even and straight, we're going to go ahead and line the design onto the garment. And remember, with sublimation, you cannot mess this up, all right? You only get one shot with sublimation, so make sure you take your time and line this up right. And it's also tricky because our design is on this side, so we can't really see exactly where we're lining it up. The sheet is a little see-through, so we can tell that way. And also get yourself some heat tape. You're definitely going to want to use some heat tape to keep your design in place so that it doesn't move and doesn't cause any ghosting, especially when the heat press comes up. We're going to assist the heat press coming up. We're not going to let it pop open. So right now I'm going to take my time and I'm going to line this up directly in the center of our shirt right here. Okay, so boom, that's about the center. Make sure it's straight, make sure it's centered, make sure it's forefinger down and perfectly placed. Okay, take your time, measure twice, cut once type of situation. And then when you are positively sure that it is in the center, positively sure, once again, because you only get one shot with sublimation. It's not like you can rub it off or get it off and then redo it. Sublimation, one and done. Okay, make sure it's nice and flat so you don't iron in any creases. And then you go ahead and take your heat tape and go ahead and tape it down on all four sides so it doesn't move. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so now we're pretty much ready to go. We just have to, it's in place. We just have to wait till our heat press heats up. Preparation work is done. We're just going to put one sheet over top of the whole thing so that we don't risk scorching our shirt with the direct contact of the upper platen of the heat press, and then we're good to go. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab a sheet like this over top of the whole garment, and I'm just going to cut it. All right, cut that sheet to protect the top of our garment so we don't risk scorching the garment. Okay, all right, so that's how I do mine. I'd rather risk a piece of butcher paper getting burnt than risk my garment getting scorched. Okay, so this is how I do mine. All right, so let's wait till the heat press heats up and we'll finish this up, guys. We are all heated up. I'm just going to slide it in, pop it down for 45 seconds to give that sublimation ink, get it nice and warm and heated up. It turns to gas. Step back. Don't inhale any of that gas because it is very, very toxic. You don't want to inhale it. And when it pops up, I'm just going to catch the handle like so, so that the wind from it jumping up doesn't give us any ghosting. That's why I like to put it down with the heat tape so that the sublimation doesn't have any ghosting. Okay, heat tape is cool to use. All right, so we're at 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now when it pops up, I'm just going to hold it and bring it up slowly, just like that. See that gas right there? This is no good right here. You can only use it once. Slide it out. Give it just a second to cool, and then we're going to peel it off. Now I want you guys to witness the magic of sublimation. I'm just going to peel this off so we can share this moment together. You guys see that? You guys see how nice that looks on that garment right there? And it is permanent in that garment. All right, so let's do the back now. We've got our rocket taped with our heat tape on the back. We're gonna go ahead and slide that in, press it down, same amount of time. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Bring it up slow. Let that heat just dissipate right there. And what I'm worried about right now is the design on the other side. I'm hoping that it didn't reactivate the ink and go ahead and sublimate onto my mat right here. I'm hoping it didn't do that. But hey, he wanted both sides. We got to do both sides. We got to do what we got to do. All right, so now that's cooled down a bit. I'm just going to go ahead and reveal. And here is our second design right here. And let's flip and know our first design is still good. We're good to go. All right, so let's go take a look at this. All right, my friends, let's have a look at our production here. We have Do I still have that sheet in the middle? No. We have our rocket on the back that we just pressed onto the back. Look at this nice material right here. And we have our design on the front. Now, if that doesn't look like a professional track jersey, I don't know what does, guys. Look at this. Excellent sublimation job. Excellent. See that on the front right here? Looking good, if I do say so myself. Looking fabulous. And once again, on the back, we got this design right here. All right, looking good, looking fabulous. So there you go, guys. I think we created a very fantastic product. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Use my Heat Transfer House affiliate link to purchase your SG1000 or your SG500 if you're just getting started. Use my Heat Transfer House affiliate link to get yourself a Walla Press Pro. The reason why I didn't use the Walla Press Pro in this one is because these jerseys are a little small, so I wanted to use something small, and the 15x15 auto open by Heat Press Nation is definitely guaranteed winner. It's proven, tried and true, and has an auto open and short press, and it's open silky buttery smooth when it pops open, because they have some type of easy open mechanism so it doesn't pop up all violently. Very, very good press, all right? Had it for a long time, not getting rid of it. But I love all my presses, to be honest with you guys. So use my Heat Transfer House affiliate link to get yourself a sublimation printer if you haven't got one already. And, you know, like I always say, guys, when you are in this industry, don't forget the reason why you joined the industry. Don't forget the reason why you started partaking on this adventure, this new journey in your life, right? It's to supplement or replace your income, right? To reach a certain goal of financial freedom, financial aid, financial success. And a lot of the times in the industry lately, since new influencers are coming into the industry, even though they don't like to call themselves influencers, it's kind of interesting. As new influencers enter the industry, I'm finding that people are talking about things that don't make any sense or weird things. And let's let them talk, and let's focus on what's important. What's important is making money, all right? Using your equipment to make money. It doesn't matter what equipment that you have, guys, all right? Everybody's comparing this, everybody's comparing that. It doesn't matter. What matters is, let's make this money. We all know that everything works, no matter what it is. What's the best this? What's the best that? They all work, all right? So get yourself up and running and start making some money. Let me know what you guys think about this idea. Thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Alan Wade, and I'm out. Peace. Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?